Jason Derulo, I understand every reason why you spazzed out. Going back to, let's see, 12 years ago, you were an up-and-coming artist and you were poised to be the biggest pop star on the planet. And you were also poised to be Chris Brown's replacement. Yes, I remember all of that. However, 12 years later, nobody really talks about you. And it's okay because you know what happens. But I've never really been a big fan of yours, but I really will say kudos to how you stood up for yourself. Even though they're going to get you in court, at least you showed the world that you're not a punk. Okay? And you also proved 50% wrong. Let's get into it, shall we? Hello, it's again Miss Local. I'm coming to you straight out of NYC on this Thursday evening. So, Jason Derulo was arrested for basically handling his business like he's supposed to, like a man. So, Jason Derulo was heckled in Las Vegas by a couple of white guys who basically, I felt, violated him. In a sense. You know, calling someone Usher is disrespectful. You don't do that to someone. And this is the one thing that a lot of us as black people can't stand. When people outside of our race call us something that is not our name, as if to say we are all lookalikes. We all look the same. And that's definitely not the case. But I like how Jason Derulo was like, enough is enough. I just wish that he would have did it in Las Vegas, because Las Vegas, they do got some string law when it comes to battery. But The Guardian basically breaks it down pretty good. It reads, Jason Derulo committed battery in Las Vegas altercation. City police state attack from pop star took place at Aria Resort, but victims have not pressed charges. Las Vegas police have stated that pop singer Jason Derulo committed battery against two individuals in an altercation at the city's Aria Resort and Casino early on Tuesday morning. Video footage shows Derulo running across the venue's atrium and throwing punches at an unidentified man who had taunted him with comparisons to the R&B singer Usher. Derulo was pictured in handcuffs and taken off the premises, with the resort making a trespass order against him. He has not been arrested or charged over the attack, and a police report was not made as the victims chose not to press charges. Derulo has enjoyed continued chart success since his 2009 debut, earning 15 UK top hits, 5 of them going to number 1. He has collaborated with many artists including Jennifer Lopez, Nicki Minaj, and Snoop Dogg, and amassed a sizable following for his skits on TikTok with 51 million followers. And that's, pretty much it. Now, I'm going to give you my assessment. First of all, how dare you call him Usher when he has never sold nowhere near the amount of records that Usher has sold? First of all, Usher went diamond from one album alone. Number 2, Usher has, if I'm not mistaken, Usher has anywhere from 11 to 14 number 1 singles on a pop chart. He only has 3. Number 2, he was supposed to be Chris Brown's replacement. If you remember when the whole thing happened between Chris Brown and Rihanna, everybody was like, oh, Jason Derulo's the one. If you remember, he was managed by Kira DioGuardi, who was the lady who was one of the judges on American Idol for the 8th and 9th season. And she had him there as a guest, and he performed. And excellent performer. And he comes from Broadway. He comes from the stage. He's going to pay his dues. But the thing is that he was pop. He's pop. He's not R&B. R&B is second. He's a pop star. So white people know him more so than we do. We're not as familiar with his music as they are because he was never promoted in R&B. And I think that kind of hurt his career. And I think it was done because Kara Diaguardi was not R&B. She was pop and rock. So a lot of times when you're managed by artists that come from a particular genre, you're not going to really, even if your home base in music is probably, let's say, R&B, Latin, country, they're going to always market you in pop. That's just how it is because they're familiar more so with that genre. That's what happened to Jason Derulo. But he didn't become an iconic artist like Usher or even Chris Brown. I think Chris Brown is iconic. I don't care what anyone says. He didn't get that. What those two guys did was deplorable. You don't call somebody another artist name. Knowing how the industry now is not the same as it was 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, it wasn't the same like it was 10 years prior. People are struggling. In a post-COVID world, anything could take somebody off. But see, this is the reason why a lot of times people break because it's like, enough is enough. You disrespected him. You disrespected his manhood. You didn't refer to him as a name. Now, if they would have said, oh, Jason Derulo, you're not selling units, you're whack, you're a has-been, they call him Jason Derulo. I don't think he would have cared. But then you said that the dude had herpes. I mean, y'all was talking about herpes and stuff. They just straight disrespected and violated him. And I think it was racist. But Jason Derulo can fight. He ain't no punk. And I was happy to see that. And then also, too, he is Haitian. He was from he's from Florida, near Miami area. I think the city is from Maryland. I can't pronounce the name of it, but he's from that part of Florida, and he ain't no punk. And I really, I liked him with Jordan Sparks, but Jordan, that's a whole nother story. He went through a lot with that, but at the end of the day, respect people regardless of who they are, because just because they're a singer and just because you may have bought their music once or twice don't mean that you own them. And that's my take on that. And this is your girl, Miss San Little Cole. I'm signing off. I'm about to go to bed, and I will talk with y'all tomorrow, and I'm going live. Take care and have a good one.